I had a dream that like everybody had to go to this place, and it was like we all, like everybody in the world. I don't know if it was the whole world that was there, but everybody that was there, we all had to go to this place, and it was just thousands and thousands of people. I couldn't tell you how many people it was. And it was all kind of floors, and it was an escalator that went down, way down. It was a huge escalator, and it went down. It looked like it went down straight into hell. And it was just a lot of people. And so in the dream, it was these, well, we had to go. It was like this set of, it was like, it felt like they was judges, and it was real high. Like, how can I say this? You know how you go to like a British courtroom and the judge sits real high? They was all sitting real high, but it was a whole panel of them. And we had to go before them. But in the dream, they was angels. The dream said they was angels. And we had to go before, and these angels were, the reason we had to go before them is they was sorting out who would go where, because it felt like the tribulation was about to start. And they was sorting out, you know, how people needed to be positioned. And so everybody had to go there. Now, by the time I was with my youngest daughter, and I was with somebody else too, but it wasn't my oldest daughter. That's not who I was with. I was with my youngest daughter, and I was with this other person that hates my guts. And I'm not going to say who she is. I'll just say her name starts with an M. And so for this video, I'll just say M. And so anyway, it was me and my youngest daughter and M. And we had to go through this big, huge panel of, well, I'm calling them judges, but only because of the way they was seated real high like that. But they had like paperwork and everything. They were sorting everybody out. And we had to go to them to get our scores. And when we went up there, I told Sky, I said, you know what? We've been here before. But I was wondering what score M was going to get, because I knew that she hated me. And she really, really hated me. And I was like, I don't know if she going to do well. So anyway, we went up there. And they gave us our scores, and I had a 3.8. Now, in reality, I had another dream that I was in heaven, and we was given scores, and I had a 3.8. But this time, in this dream, it said point blank that the highest score was a 4. It said that in the dream. It said I had a 3.8 out of 4. And I knew that it was other people that had high scores, and it was a lot of people that had low scores. And when I was in this dream, like as I looked at people, I knew things about them. Like I was all these people in front of us at first, and that was in line in front of us, and even the people that been out of line. I knew everything about them. Like I had a gift of knowledge, a gift of knowing, and I knew what their scores was. And I saw a lot of children who had a score of 1. Their score was 1. And it was so sad. It was a lot of them. So anyway, I had a 3.8. And then Sky had a 2.88. That was her score, 2.88. And M had a 1 point something. It wasn't a 1. It was a 1 point something. Like a 1.6, something like that. And so the angel stood up from her seat to show me the paperwork. And she said, you all are sitting. It was this really tall building, and they was putting us in a room because everybody was being placed in different positions. And she said, you all are to go. And we came in line all together, right? So she said, you all are to go to these rooms. You're in room 620. I believe it was 620 to 640. Something like that. It was the rooms that we could go to. She gave us a choice. She was like, you can go here and you can choose between these set of rooms here. And it wasn't all the way at the top. It was close. Like it was getting close to the top. But it was it was floors and above our floor. A lot of floors. A lot of floors. Okay. I'm just saying that was the dream. But it was, well, we was almost at the top, but it was still a lot of floors above us. Well, of course, she said 620 to 640. So even 640 would be above us, right? But anyway, but when I say above, I mean from 620, because she showed us what 620 was. And it was a lot above that. And I don't know if it was 640 or 680. Really, I don't know. It was 620 to 6 something. So don't quote me on that. And I was like, wow, so we all get to go in the same room. As I knew I had a gift of knowledge. Because when M got her score, she didn't want to show it to me. Because it was so bad. And I knew her score was bad. And I said, wow, we all get to go in the same room. And the angel said, oh, no, I'm sorry. She said, you and your daughter, Sky, you can go, you two go to these rooms. But she can't go. Because her score is too low and she can't go with you all. And I was like, oh, that's sad. But I wasn't surprised. But I was thinking, if we go to the same room, how are we going to get along? Because she really hates my guts. And it's beyond hatred. But it's something I'm not saying, and I'm not going to say it. But let me go on. So anyway, we went and we was walking towards our room. And I was trying to talk with her. As you know, we was going to go get on the elevators and whatever, like to go to her room. Some people went down, some went up. Me and Sky was going way up. And I said, don't you see that God himself, the Lord, gave me this high score? And when I was talking about the Lord, I saw him like he was in the building. And I just saw, through my gift of knowledge, I knew where he was at in the building, and I saw a vision of him. Like, I just instantly saw it. But when I saw it as like I say vision, it was if I was really seeing it. Like, not like a vision, like I really was seeing where he was at. And I was like, don't you see the Lord gave me this high score? Why do you have so many things against me? Why do you hate me so much? The Lord is saying that, to have a high score like that, like this, it's showing that my intentions are good. I'm not this horrible person that you think that I am. And you're wrong about me. The stuff that you think about me is completely wrong. And she was furious. I was trying to talk reason into her. And I was like, you think that I have bad intentions and I'm some horrible person. And you're wrong. I'm trying to tell you that, I wouldn't have a score like this if I was so bad. I have a 3.8 out of 4. And I was like, you got to understand I'm not this horrible person that you think that I am. And she was furious and she charged at me and jumped on me and started choking me and put her knees on my chest and was trying to choke me. She was trying to kill me. She was literally trying to kill me. And I had zero fear. I felt zero pain. And that's when I noticed in the dream, I also had superpowers. I felt nothing. And I had a wave of a hand. I would wave my hand. And she just flew off of me. She flew off of me and hit it looked like lockers. She hit some kind of lockers or something. And then she stood up and she saw that I had superpowers and she couldn't touch me. And she was so mad and she was breathing like a dragon. She was like, like almost like smoke was coming out of her nose. And she was so mad because she really wanted to hurt me. And I was just sad about it because I tried to talk reason in her. Like, don't you see, that God loves me? And then it was this rain that was coming down. And I felt like that rain in the dream. I was looking at it marveled at this rain. And it was beautiful, but it wasn't like regular rain. It was real pretty. And I felt in the dream that it was the tears of God, like his tears. I was like, man, she just hates me so much. Why can't she love me? Why did she got all this crazy stuff against me? This is crazy. And I knew I couldn't talk any reasoning into her because she just hated me. It was nothing I can do. But yeah, I mean, some people just hate you, and there's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can say to convince them otherwise. They just hate your guts. And so I was sad about it. And she just was standing there at the lockers just breathing like a dragon, real mad because she couldn't kill me. And me and my daughter just walked off, and we held each other's hands, and we went up to our room. And before we even got to the room, through my gift of knowledge, I saw how big this room was. It wasn't like a room. I mean, they said room, and it was massive. It wasn't just one floor. So when she said the angel was like between 620 and 640, because I had thought before that she was saying that it was, one of those rooms. I thought that's what she was saying, between 620 and 640, something like that, or 680. Like I said, don't quote me on the exact number. It was 620 and something. It was a whole bunch of floors. And I thought that she was saying pick a room, because that's what I thought in the dream. Even now, as I'm realizing as I'm talking, because in the dream I was looking, and through my gift of knowledge, we had got off the elevator and we was about to walk over to the room, and I knew that this was not just one floor. I was like, this is a whole bunch of floors. So then I'm actually understanding that now as I'm talking, that it was the floors that she gave me. It was between those floors. That's how big this so-called room was. It was massive. And I was like, wow. And I was seeing into it, and I saw this really plush furniture. It was real comfortable, real spacious, real nice. Everything was so beautiful. I saw a bunch of white and gold, which I love. But that was just area of the room we was coming into, because before I could even open the door with my key, I was seeing into the room. Through my gift of knowledge, I was actually seeing the room before I even entered it. And it was beautiful. And then the dream ended. And when I woke up from this dream, I was just sad about this person. And it was just sad. I mean, there's nothing I can do. She just hates my guts. And there's people like that in this world, and it makes me sad. And I would try to reason with them and talk with them, and it just made them hate me even more. And I don't know if I'm gonna post this, but if I do, I hope it gives comfort to people in my position. You may have family members that you want to love you, and you love them so much, but they just hate you. And no matter how you reason with them, they just hate your guts. And the more things good that happen to you, they just hate you. Because that's what she hated me too in the dream. It showed me that. Because I was at a high level. I was like, don't you see, God loves me. Like, all this stuff you saying about me is wrong. And she just hated me because I had a high score and a high level. So, God help us, Jesus. It was her. When I first woke up, I didn't record it that second. I mean, I would say I probably recorded a minute after I woke up. But I probably just took a minute because I was just sad. Like, I was just sad. Like, I love this person all my life. I love them. She just hates my guts. She just hates me. And anyway, guys, be careful. Don't let hatred like that in your heart, because it can be hard to get rid of. I mean, that's what I was shown. I love you all so much, and we're gonna have a blast. So on the flip side of this, we was being positioned. So yeah, I think I will post this, because we was being positioned because the tribulation was about to start. The kids was trying their best to escape off the floor that they was on. Like, I literally saw them outside of the building. It was a huge ledge. because this was a mass, and it wasn't just one building too. I forgot to say that, because I was shown this from up in the air. Like through my gift of knowledge, I could just, like, say I wanted to know what this building looked like, and I just kind of was out like in spiritual form looking at the structure of this building. It wasn't just a building. It was a whole bunch of giant buildings that was all connected. It was like these long corridors that was connected to the buildings. And so all these buildings was connected, and the buildings, the color of these buildings was tan. It was a light tan. And anyway, I'm just thinking in my head, from the view I saw 1, 2, 3, 4 large buildings connected, but it could have been even more than that. And they was real tall, and there was just a lot of them. And so anyway, these kids that had the score of a 1, they were teenagers. Some of them were younger kids, like grade school age kids. But it was mostly, I saw a lot of teenagers, and they had a score of a 1. And they was trying to figure out, so they was outside of their building on a ledge trying to figure out how they could jump and, you know, escape. They was trying to build a rope with different sheets that they had tied together and trying to tie that to figure out how to get off their floor. And they were just trying to escape. But in the dream, it literally showed that even though some of them would climb down like that, it was like, how can I say this? This is hard to explain. It was like they was going in circles. Like they would climb down thinking they on another floor and they can figure out from there how to get off, right? How to get off their level. And then they would go through a door and they would be right on the same floor that they left from. So they was just going in circles. Like it was no way to escape from the floor that you were on. Anyway, I love you all. Bye.